It's Rhonda from JOYjunktique, and I just wanted to share a little project with you that I have been working on. I have been watching a little bit of Creative Girl Vintage, and she had a video where she made these really cute little just little collages that can hang, and she just used cardboard, which is what I have here, and they just turned out so cute. I thought you need to check out her video. I'll link it below because she has a lot of really cute ideas, and that's pretty much the only video I've gotten to watch of hers yet, but I plan on watching more in the future if I ever get time. But I just wanted to show you these that I've made with Odulcina scrap with her digitals, and I have used this kit over and over. This is the teacup digital kit, and there's just so much you can do with it, and they turn out so cute. So I just wanted to share how I made these today, and also maybe do a little craft with me where we actually make one or two on camera. So but I'll show you the details. See this one? I just love it. I just layered up, you know. I'll show you as the process whenever we actually make one. But it's super simple, and it just uses up your little scrap bits of paper and lace and, you know, just any kind of little trims or whatever you have. Here's one that has more of that teal blue, robin's egg blue. It's really pretty. And I also blew up the little sample card. I blew it up pretty big so that I could make a little card to go with it, and that you can use as a little gift. So I did that. And then this one is this lady that I love so much. I did the same thing here, and I used my little roses that I had made in a previous video. I can link that down below too. But I used some of those on here, the smaller ones, and I thought they made it look really pretty. So it's just super simple and just turns out so sweet. So I thought we would make some of these today, and just show you the different possibilities and things that you can do with them. So I guess we'll get started on that. Okay, so I've got my cardboard, and this is basically just like a flap off of a box. So it's about a little over 4. But I just took my gesso, and this is actually an old piece that I already had gessoed, and just covered a bunch of cardboard one day. You could even use this kind of piece. I think that would add a lot of texture to it. So you can just use whatever little scraps of cardboard you have. It doesn't even have to be off of a box. It can be, you know, something out of a package, like a wrapper or a cereal box or whatever you want. So but that's basically what this is, and I just cut it down to this size. And so then I just kind of gathered up some papers, and I love this page here that was in that kit. So what I'm going to basically do is just I'm going to cover this with my paper. So I'm just going to kind of pick out the spot that I want to go on my paper, and just kind of, let me get my ruler, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here and just tear it, because I like those rough edges. Just want it to be pretty straight if you can, just to kind of cover, or at least even if it's not straight, you just want it to be able to cover those edges. So it can be however rough on the edges you want, but you just want it to go to the edge of it, or a little past. So I'm just going to go down this fold, because that's pretty close to where it was, and just tear that off. And you could even just collage a bunch of little scrap pieces of paper too, and that would be pretty. So, but I really love this one, and I haven't used it yet on any of these, so I'm gonna use this one today. Let's see, let me do this way. I am right-handed to the core, so anything with my left hand is a little bit of a challenge for me. But okay, and so when I pick the side I want to use, I'm gonna keep the prettier side to show on the back, and then because I'm gonna be covering up the other one anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of cover up the one that doesn't look quite as pretty. And then I'm gonna make sure I have this the right way. Okay, so we're just gonna start by gluing that down. I'm just gonna put glue all over my cardboard here. I just want it to cover those edges really good, so I'm gonna bring it all the way to the edge with my glue. And then glue this down. And if you have an edge that you have to let show, the bottom is probably the best one, because that is going to have lace hanging over, so you won't see this. So if you have a spot that didn't quite cover, then let it be at the bottom if you can. So, and I mean, you can always cover anything, so you can just add more elements to it that covers any little spot up. Okay, so now comes the fun part. Let's see what we want to do. I don't know. I thought about using that, but it's really big. So if I use this, I'm going to have to cut it down. So let me see what else I have. I also have this sweet little girl. And I have this lady again. I also have like some little tickets from the kit and stamps. So we'll be adding some of those for sure. But I want something that's going to be a little bit of a contrast, so it stands out from the card. So basically, I picked my image first, so I guess I'll just use this. I'll just cut it down. I love the trim on it though. It's really cute. Looks like a really vintage photo. But I'll just have to print out another to use that. So I'm just going to cut it down. I don't know what it is about when I get to the edge, whatever I'm cutting out, I go crooked, and it's crazy because I used to never do that. I think it's my scissors. I'm gonna blame it on my scissors. It's probably my eyesight, but we'll just blame it on the scissors, and I'll feel better. So we're just gonna trim this down pretty straight, and I'm gonna go ahead and corner those edges. Or listen at me, corner the edges. I'm going to round the corners, so there's a softens the edges. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, that'll be pretty, I think. So let me go ahead and ink this up. Bring my little birdie over here where I can reach it. I'm just gonna ink up the edges just a little bit, just so that it stands out from, I'm not trying to really grungy it. Of course, I did do that on the others, so I'll show you how I grungy those. But if you don't want the grungy look, then you can just do it enough to make it stand out to where it pronounces it a little better. But if you do like the grungy look, then all you have to do is just kind of bend it and, you know, kind of distress it a little bit, put some little bends in it, a tear if you like that. I'm not going to tear this one, but, and just kind of make it look like it's old, like it's been around a while, been stuck in a drawer, or got a little bent up, people handling it. And then you just go back and kind of go over those little spots so they're more pronounced too. Just kind of ages it a little more, makes it look more realistic of an old photo. So it's kind of fun to do this and just see if you can, you know, see what look you get when you're done. But, and then if you don't like it, you can either start over, or you can always, you know, cover it with other stuff. So, okay, so there's that. Let me see what lace I want to use on this one. Let's see, I'm just going to kind of play with it, just bunching it up. See how this does. So I have learned that if I keep playing with stuff, I end up frustrated. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. Because like I said, if I don't like it, I can either pull it off or I can cover it up. So I'm just going to see how that works. I think that's going to be fine. Okay. And you don't want to glue everything down all the way yet because you're still kind of playing around and seeing where you want everything. Now, whenever I watched Creative Girl Vintage, she went ahead and placed everything in its spot and then went back and glued it. And I did that on some of them when I really wasn't sure what I was doing. And I had, you know, like the first ones I did. But the more I played, I just kind of arranged as I went. And then if I didn't like it, I just moved it or took it off or pulled it up and tucked something under it. So you can do it however you like to do it best. I think I'm going to add a little bit of this somewhere to soften. So just going to kind of wad it up a little bit. So okay. Now I'm just going to glue on the paper so that the lace doesn't stick to my glue bottle like it did right there. And it'll pop up here and there so you know where to glue it down. And I'm not going to do it too much until we get for sure this is what we want. So I also have like some vellum, and I have little pieces of embossed paper. So any of those would be cute, kind of tucked behind something, just to add a little more detail. See, like just as simple as that. That kind of adds a little something. So I have this one. Let's see what that one looks like. Maybe like that. Let's see, which one do we like better? I might like this one better. I think I do like that one better because I don't want it to take away from the pictures. I know one thing I wanted to use, I used this on all the others, and it just adds just a little sweet element that is unexpected, and that's why I like it. So I'm just going to take and cut a little bit off of here, and we can add it somewhere. It's really pretty. I love it. So I've just been kind of cutting off. I hated to cut it. I did. Have to tell you, it kind of made me sick to cut it, but then when you see how it looks on your projects, it's pretty. So I think I'll add that there. Let's see if I want to do something else first though before I put that, because I like that to be on top. So let's see, I need something under here to hide that. So let me see what kind of lace I can find. Okay, I think I found what I want. I think I want to use this. And it's just a small little scrap piece, so I'll have to cut some off at the top of it. But I think it'll kind of bring out that little pinky tone that's in here. Kind of tie it all together. So if I go under here like that, and you'll see that, and then I'll come back with, I've got this, but I think it's too white. I don't know, that may work. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And then once I put this on here, it'll kind of soften that. So let's do that. Let's just make a decision. Just do it. Okay, so I'm going to turn this way where I can pull this up. Hold that back like that. Okay, so we're just going to go right here along this edge. Make sure I got this on the right side. Yeah. My son's bird is so loud. She's having a good time though. Now let me go back again. Put another layer for this next lace. This side. Okay, I'm gonna turn it around so I make sure I get it straight. And there we go. Starting to look pretty, huh? Let me cut this little bit off. That's gonna bug me to death if I don't get that off. Okay. I know one other thing that I didn't use on this yet, and that is I have this weird, like, big cheesecloth. Wherever I got it, I've been kind of using a little bit here and there to add some detail. So I'm just gonna cut a piece off of that. Let's see, kind of ruffle it up a little bit. Let's just put a little bit there. And then once we put this on here, yeah, I think that'll be good, huh? I just kind of like to play and layer. And some of it, you know, I may not like as much when I get done, but, you know, it's just trial and error. So I'm going to stick a little stamp somewhere. Probably there. I like them where they kind of stand up a little bit from the other picture. Give it a little dimension. Let me glue this down so I won't be able to think about it no more. I had gotten ready to do my video, got everything set up, and poured me a big old cup of coffee. I was coming in here to have it, drink my coffee while I worked, and I just gulped that sucker down big as day before I even got in here. So I guess I needed it, but anyway, I've had my coffee, so I should be able to stay awake a little while. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I'm, you know, just kind of living on coffee today. I'm here by myself today, so I'm just gonna get to craft and enjoy the quiet. I love my family being here, but you know, it is nice sometimes just to have that time by yourself. Put me on a little music and just sit here and craft. Okay, so let me glue that down. And I'm just kind of touching the high spots on this. Doesn't take much to hold this down. And I may just snip those little tips off right there so they're not standing up like that. Okay. Okay, so I found just a piece of like rag strip. So I think I'm just going to use it for my ribbon. I'm just going to rip it. So I think I will use that. I found this rose too, one of my other little roses. So it's the other pink one that I have. I'll have to make some more after this. But I think I'm going to put it there and this here. And then I will poke the holes up here. Let me show you how to do that. I just take my little pokey thing, my little, I don't even know what this was for. I don't know where I got it. But, so I kind of go like in this little square right here. Just make a little square, and I go to the corner of it. So right in there is where I'm going to poke my hole. I'm going to do that on both sides. So I'm just going to pull this little lace back. And there's my little square, so I'm going to go right about there. And then, I'm not sure where I got this. One of the craft stores, probably Hobby Lobby. So that's what I used for my little hanger. But, so I'm just going to cut it. Need some wire cutters for this part. Let's see, how long do I want that? I'm going to cut somewhere in here. If these don't come off as easy, then what I do is I take, and I do it over a trash can, but I just kind of smash them. and then they'll fall apart and pull off of there. So that way you can, because you need a little bit of wire to go through here and wrap back around and tie. And I don't want the pearls in the way because they won't go through that hole. So I'm going to do these really quick. So here's what I've got. So I've got probably 1.5 inches on the ends. And you can just see what works for you depending on where you want to put your little holes in it. And I go through the front. And then I come back around and you just twist it around it really good. And then I just kind of pinch those together so that there's no pokey edge there. I'm going to move these till I get through. Okay, so then I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm just going to go through there like that, come back around. Just like that. And just twist it until it's tight. So that looks good. So now you have your little hanger. And I just love this little wire. It's so pretty. But you could use string. You could use, you know, jute. You could use whatever you have on hand. Even like little ribbon strips. So just whatever look you want. I just kept them all the same because it was just easier that way for me. But had I taken time to go out and get something else, I probably would have gotten some rusty wire too that would be pretty if you're making them look kind of grungy. So okay, so let's go ahead and glue this other on. We're just gonna put it on the top to where it kind of stands out. Let's see. I like to do a different angle so it's not all the same. At least somewhat. So I think I'm going to do it this way. That's cute. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this flower. You can kind of twist it until it fits better into the spot you have because it's already lumpy there anyways. I'm going this way. I'm going to hold it down for just a second. I just love this idea. This is really pretty. And I honestly think these would be so sweet for a little Mother's Day gift. You know, it's coming up in a couple of weeks, so this would be a simple, really quick little easy project. It really is quicker than what I've made it today because I'm talking and hunting and wasn't as prepared as I needed to be when I sat down. So, but I mean, they're just so cute. If you gather your supplies, you can probably whip them up in about 15 minutes. So it'd be a really cute little gift for somebody special. I'm thinking we will hang, like tie a bow in this, or at least, you know, a little hangy piece of scrap fabric. And I need to go ahead and glue this down better. Now that we know it's for sure staying. And I should have inked that. I didn't think about that, but I'm going to kind of ruffle it up so that I can go back and ink it. Got some glue on it, and you can just roll it off. Once it dries for just a second, then you can kind of just roll it up, and it'll come right off. And I am using Fabri-Tac today. Oh, isn't this cute? My grandbaby, I had told her I wanted to make one of these. And so she actually made me one. She was so sweet. She just, when she was here staying with me one weekend, she whipped it up really quick, and so it just Velcros on here. So sweet. And that is just kind of like she's here with me when I'm crafting. So I love that. Thank you, Jessa. So anyway, okay, let's get back to this. I don't want to cover this rose, but I do want a little element of something there, because that corner kind of looks bare. So I may kind of tie this a little higher. Let's just try it. See what happens. Because you just don't know till you do it. So we could just kind of have that hanging. I may have to trim it a little bit on this side. like that, or just kind of flip it around. Let me get some twine. Just gonna do it like that, and I'm just gonna tie it. Right here. Go ahead and tie a knot so it don't come off. Alright, and then I'm going to tie a bow with this twine. And just add a sweet tiny little bow right. And then I'm just going to take and put a little bit of glue on that knot, on that tie, so it doesn't come loose. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that little spot right there. Kind of work it in there good. And then when it dries, you won't see it, but it'll kind of keep that from coming untied. Okay, I was going to add some tulle to it, just to kind of sparkle up a little few spots here and there. It just kind of brings your attention to those elements that are so pretty that might get overlooked because you don't see them. So I think I'm going to tuck some under here. Lift that just a little bit and stick a little bit of glue right there. And then I just take the end of my scissors and just kind of shove it to where it bunches. And see, that just adds a little bit of, draws your eye in, I think. Even with the lace, it's just a little bit of sparkle that just kind of pulls your eyes to whatever is highlighted there. Maybe tuck a little piece right there. I'm just going to lift it up. This is why you don't glue everything down until you're completely done. So you have a little playroom there. And so I'm going to stick that and just kind of shove it in there a little bit. Sometimes it don't shove like I want it to. Let's do one more little piece of tulle. I want it there. Or maybe under here. Let's do under here, so we don't have anything on this side. And just kind of bunch them up a little bit, twist them however, to where they have a little bit of a frou-frou about them. And then just kind of tuck it with your scissors and hold it down. So what do y'all think? I think it's cute. Very sweet. Okay, y'all, I found my piece of paper that I had wanted to use with this. So before I go any farther, I'm going to stop and add it. And I should have put it under here, but it's okay. I'm just going to add it to the back and let it kind of be sticking up. And I'm going to rip that bottom right about there. I'm going to rip it right there. Because I remembered I wanted to use this just to kind of add that little rough edge right there, and I forgot all about it. It was hiding over there. So I'm just going to take and glue it right there. And then if this bothers me too much, then I'll just come back and cover the whole thing with, or put another piece of this, you know, like cardstock or something. So, but honestly, I think it will be fine. So let's just add that to the back so you can kind of see what it's going to look like finished. So I'm just going to do that and put some glue right here. And pull it down just a tad so that corner doesn't show right there. And that adds what I was missing. I kept thinking it's some little something it needs. But that right there just is perfect to me. So I'm happy with that now, except for this little piece right here. Okay, so that one I'm sure is done. So we're gonna move on for sure. So I have this. Let's go ahead and cut another one of these. So if you can follow these lines, that helps a lot. But when it's already crooked, it makes it hard to be able to tell where it's supposed to be straight and not. So just gonna do the best we can, because like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, because everything that you put on here is going to cover it. Okay, so let me just straighten this part up just a little bit here. That's pretty good. We're gonna quit right there so I don't worry about it. All right, so for this one, I'm gonna use this side so you won't see that on the other side. This one I want to make more like an actual Mother's Day one. So let's see. I have some embossed paper too that's really pretty. So I may just kind of, let's see what we can do with this. I may use that part at the top. I like this side better because the flowers show it better. So I'm just going to kind of slide that up. Let that be there. Let's just play. I don't know if this is what I'm using or not, but let's just play. I want to use one of my old photos too. I made some copies of my old photos. Here's one of them. And then I have these. And I think I'm going to use this one. I love them all. But that just means I'll have to make some more, right? So for today, I'm going to use this one because I can cut it smaller, I think. So I'm just going to cut it roughly right now, and then we'll go back and see how small we actually need it. I have so many in my collection, and I really need to make some digitals with them because they're so cool. And so just, I love keeping these memories alive. You know, when you look at these photos and you just imagine what their lives were like, or you see the love in their eyes for each other, and I don't know, I just think it's cool. You know, everything that we create, we kind of just keep that little memory alive. That may still be too big. I think I'm going to trim some off this side. Go right down, leave about the same amount on this side as the other. Did I get that straight? Almost. All right, let's try that. And then let me ink the edges. Kind of define it a little better and cover up that little white there. Y'all, I was looking at my video the other day, kind of going through and doing a little editing, and I didn't realize how, until I started videoing, I didn't realize how dark my freckles looked on camera on my arms. Oh my gosh, these lights really make them stand out. But, as a kid, it's like something you always hated because you got made fun of for having freckles and that kind of stuff. Every summer, everybody else got pretty and tan, and I just got covered in freckles. But, I got that from my dad. He has pictures of himself when he was younger, and he lived on the beach. They lived in Florida, and so he always was on the beach and, getting sun. So he was covered, like literally covered all over in freckles. I don't have them that bad, but he would be so covered in freckles. He was a little redheaded, freckle-faced kid. And so once he died, it's just like, all the things that I used to gripe about and complain about, no, those are so special to me now. Even if I do have to see my dark freckles on my arms. But anyway, I just, it has a different meaning now. So, and I used to not necessarily like my name, Rhonda. But once he died, then it's like, you know what? I was named after my daddy. So, I'm proud of it. But anyway, it's just one of those little things that each of us have little quirks about ourselves that we don't like, you know, and I don't have a problem with that name on other people. It's just I didn't like it on me. But anyway, it just takes on a different meaning once they're not here anymore. So I, you know, I value it a little bit better now. But it is really bright under these lights. It's like, whoa. Okay, so let's get back to our project. Enough of that. Okay, so I've inked the edges, and now let's see. I just wanted to kind of distress it a little bit. Pinch it and bend it and that kind of stuff. Just gonna bend the corner on this one. Maybe do a little crease right there. Maybe do a little crease right there. Doesn't have to be much. All right, so that one's ready. Okay, so let's start layering and just see what we end up with. I have these sweet little doilies, but if I did the doily, I wouldn't need to use this. So let me see what else I have. Okay, so I have this. I could use that as a background. It's another one of those that I blew up. Y'all are gonna laugh at me so much when you see something in a minute, because I just sit and play and see what all I can come up with, like, you know, resize and stuff on the kits that allow you to. It's so helpful because you know, you're not limited by the size of it. You can change the size and make other things that are not necessarily what it was intended to be for, but makes really cute projects. So I'm just going to cut down the edges of this and we'll see if we can make it fit. We still may have to use some of that embossed paper because it may not be quite big enough to cover the bottom edge. And you know, you don't have to use paper. You can use fabric. You can use like ledger paper. I think that's what she did in that video too. It was really cute. But just, you know, whatever floats your boat. So it isn't quite big enough. So let's see. Let me just cut a couple strips off of this. So let's just tear it. How about that? I'll tear 2 to go on the edges. Okay, so let's just glue those down. Okay. Okay. Let's do this side. Okay, and you can just use whatever you have, and you could have just put this on here and covered it with ribbon on the sides or done it after the fact, but I kind of want it to hang out the edges like that. And I'll be fixing that little corner right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go from the top down so that I can let this show, because this is going to probably be covered up anyway, and I can save that for another project. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here. Let me trim these really quick. And then we'll just cover it with glue and go from there. Let's see, let me make sure I don't get too wide. Okay, about where I'm at's good. Y'all, I have been watching Ingrid Carlson's Fruits of the Spirit devotionals, her videos, and it has been such a blessing. She just has such a sweet, sweet spirit about her, and I just love the devotions she's been bringing. They're so, just so needed. They just touch my heart. So if y'all have a chance, go back and watch those. I think it's like today's probably the last day. Go back and watch them if you can, because, let's see if I can hear this. They've just been such a blessing. And I think everybody would really enjoy getting to hear that. I'm gonna have to do it this way because it's gonna pull it up like that. Okay, and I think I pulled off some of it, but that's okay. So there's that. That's gonna be cute. And I'm gonna go ahead and ink this up a little bit so it's not so stark white. Okay, now get that out of the way. I try to clean my desk as I go, but I'm not doing very good today. Alright, so let's see what we want on this now. Got another piece of this lace. Probably have to cut that because it's too big. So we can just bunch this up somewhere. Just gonna glue that down right there. Gotta start somewhere, and as you build on it, it kind of you just kind of get inspired to do. You able to see more ideas once you start. Kind of starts making sense. Okay, and I'm gonna see about using this. Peel that back a little bit, kind of stick it there to hold it for a second. Something like that. Yeah, something like that will be cute. And then I have these little tags with a teacup. I'm not sure if that's not too big. And what I may can do, when I cut these, I got this idea from Lori Girl on the Ridge. She uses pink and shears to get that little stamp look right there. So I'm just gonna make this smaller. Oh, and I should have done my little hole punch. Just a second. Okay, so what I did is I used the setting that kind of fit the corner, and I just kind of punched out that corner. So much easier than trying to cut it. And do the other one like that, and that might fit a little better without taking up all the space. Okay, so we got that. Let's see, I even thought about using this little doily, or at least half of it. Could go this way with it. I like that. Okay, let me cut that in half long ways. I think it'll work to do it right there. Okay. So I'm going to do that just like that, right at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the glue before I try to shove it back under there again. Go ahead and glue it down while I'm fooling with it. And that fits perfect right there. Okay. Alright. Pull that over that corner a little bit. And then I'm going to use some kind of little lace. Look at this. Is this not the cutest thing ever? This is some of that came in that package I got from In Faith Inspirations. Oh, I love it. I love it. So So let me cut that right there. I think that'll add just the amount of extra that we need. All right. What do y'all think? So I'm gonna let this lace fall down and then I'll glue it on top of that. I'm gonna see if I can pull some of that down here a little bit below it. So let me go ahead and glue that to where it'll stay. That way you can see just a tad of it through the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to go across with this. And sometimes I get ahead of myself on what I'm supposed to be doing here, but it'll all work out in the end. We hope, anyway. If not, hey, we get to craft some more and make another one. So there we go on that. Really cute. I love that lace. All right, what now? Let's see. So we got the heart there. And then we'll slip this in like this. Let's see, is that still too wide? Let's see, I'm just playing for a second and see what I can do with these angles. Because I want the heart to be seen. I want them to know it's a heart. So I think that'll work like that. Okay. So this can be one of them that kind of sticks up from there. I'm just going to go ahead, I think, and go ahead and glue that down before I lose where I want it at. I'm going to hold it and just put a little glue under here to start with. Oh, that is going to be so sweet. I love this picture. You can just see the love between them. It's so sweet. Let's see about tearing one piece of this vellum. May not be nothing I want to do, but I'm going to just play with it and see. I could put a little piece like right there. Let me ink it just a tad. I think that might be pretty there. I'll leave it there for a second. And then of course we'll have to add a little sparkle with a tool somewhere. Let's twist it a little bit, turn it like that. Yeah, that'll work. I don't know whether to go under it or over it. I think under. Yeah. Y'all, I'm getting better at this decision making thing. I'm trying anyway. I know it's just simple little decisions, but if it's something I'm giving to somebody or putting in my shop, it's like I just want it to be as perfect as I can make it with my abilities. It's the detail that makes it so special. That's pretty. Okay, let's do a little bit of sparkle right under here. I need to glue this down too, so I think we're ready to glue it. Whoops, I should have put glue on that right there. That's hanging over. Let me get a little bit right there. There goes that bird again. Okay, so I just need to put glue on this. A little bit right here. A little bit right there. That's looking really sweet, y'all. Let's do a little bit maybe in this little corner. And I think I may cut a little bit more of this off. Okay, so we're just gonna glue this down right here. Just kind of bunch it up. And I don't know if I may have glued myself to it. Alright. There we go. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to go make that flower. So I made my little rose. I didn't have the exact same fabric. I couldn't find it today, but I went ahead and made this cute little rose. And I gathered up a few things. I thought, the more I looked at it, the more I thought it might need a little color. Just a little touch of pink or something. So I think I'm going to go ahead and let's just, I brought some little pieces that we could kind of layer just to add a little more, you know, just detail to it. So let's go ahead and glue that down. I'm just going to go with it. See if we can get this done. So I'll put that down somewhere in there. I have to cut some of those little strings in a minute so it's not all straggly. And then we'll glue this rose down. Whoops. Let's see which way we want this. Okay, so I'm just going to hold it down because I want to try to get it as flat as I can. I don't want it to fall off. I don't know if I'll ever get this glue off. Okay, so let's see if we can get it to go all the way through those layers till it catches under there. And before I get this part glued, I thought what I would do is maybe put a few little pearls right there. Because I found my little string of pearls while I was digging. Didn't find the fabric, but I found the pearls, so I'll try to tuck it right there. Let me take my scissors and just kind of stick that down in there. Alright, and then I'm going to cut the end off of it. Alright, so I think that'll be cute with that on there like that. Okay, so I opted out of the little tag I had because I just didn't like how it looked with it. But so I just flipped it over and I had a little stamp that said, "I always thank God for you," and I added a little heart. And I thought I would kind of tuck that right there. And maybe I have this little snippet, pink snippet. Just add a little bit of pink there. And then we can take this and use it for our little ribbon that hangs. So we'll tie that on in just a second. And I'm still trying to figure out if we want to use the butterfly somewhere. I think it would be pretty, but I'm not sure that we need it. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this down. Just put some under it and a little bit under here. Let's see. Let me see if we need a bigger piece than that. Let's go underneath it. Well, I can still tuck it under that wet glue. And I'm going to cut this seam off so it's not so thick. I'm so glad y'all spent the day with me today. I can use the company. With everybody gone today. And I used to kind of feel stupid just talking to a camera, you know, especially when everybody's around. I still don't do that when my family's here. I'll wait till they're not around. But But then when I started reading all y'all's comments and just us having conversations and stuff, and then it made it more real. Like, I really am talking to somebody. So it just kind of made me feel a little more comfortable about it. I guess all my glue dried up on me before I got glued down. So there's that. It's looking sweet. Alright, let me get my little pokey thing. Okay, so we're gonna go up here and make her eyeball our little square. Go under there. And then we'll glue this down once we get the other on there, the wire. I'll have to get some more of this if I'm gonna make any more of these. Okay, let me see if any of these are gonna come off on their own. A lot of times when I pull them, it breaks the wire. So I might as well just go ahead and do that. Just a second. All right, so let's work really quick and get this done. My dogs are all eyeballing me. They know it's feeding time. They start getting restless and start telling me they're hungry. I want to tell everybody thanks for being here with me today, but also just thanks for just keeping on supporting me. I love being here and doing these videos and just all the new friends I've made. Y'all, this glue is everywhere. But it's nice. I appreciate y'all so much. And I hope I've been able to give you some ideas and inspire you to do a little bit of crafting every once in a while when you have time. So it's just relaxing to me. Okay, so we got that done. And then we're going to take and tie a sweet little bow with my little seam binding ribbon here. This is actually kind of a peachy pink color, but it goes really good with that little lace, so we're going with it. So you can tie it wherever you want. You don't have to put it where I put it, but I like it on the side myself, so I usually just tie them kind of one side or the other. But that's just me. It'll be pretty however you choose to do it. So I'll show you one more thing. Okay, so y'all are gonna laugh at me, but I used a piece of 8.5 by 14 or whatever legal size paper, and look how big I blew that up. But what I wanted to do, what I had in mind, is so it takes up almost a full sheet. And so I wanted to cut this out and fold it up and make like a little envelope pocket. But I'm just showing you, look how big I made it. Isn't that awesome? And then you can use it for all kinds of stuff. So I just thought that was fun. If you can, you know, print legal size on your printer. But I had copied out this paper and then just printed it off on that. So what I was going to do is fold it on this line like I did the other little card I made that I showed you earlier. You can fold it up and you can make a little envelope, and you can put whatever you want in there. You can put a little card, you can write in it, but I just thought those were really cute done like that. So it just shows you some of the possibilities, even, you know, to make a bigger envelope, doing it on an 8.5 by 14. So I think they're really pretty. Her design on here is so pretty. And then there's different colors, you know, blue and green and pink and just the cream color. So, and then you could even just glue this, you know, with a back on it like that and make it even bigger. Add a bigger background and have the pretty back there. It was the teacup kit, and then this is the sample card kit. So I used 2 kits whenever I was playing with these, but I just love them. Get you some cardboard and get after it. So y'all have fun. Before I get off here, I just wanted to show you the finished product. I did add this little butterfly here, and I added a little postage stamp here. So I think it's really cute. And I'm going to ink that edge right there. Forgot to do that. Just add a little bit without getting it on anything else. Okay. So there is how that one looks. Here's that little envelope that you could use with it if you wanted to put a little card in or whatever you can come up with. So there's the finished product on that one. So after I got through with the video, I kept looking at this one and I just felt like it needed a little bit of something. There was a few bare spots on it, and I had forgotten to add this sweet little tatting on it like I had done the others. So and I ended up covering up all of that that pretty paper we had under there, but that's okay. But there was a little brown spot here that was kind of bugging me, looking like cardboard. So I put this little tiny piece here, and then I added a tiny little piece of pink tulle here just to put a little bit more pink and draw the eye down. And then I added these little charms with this little lace on this little bulb pin, just to kind of be a dangle on there. So I just wanted to show you how I tweaked that one a little bit, and I thought it turned out cute. So just wanted to update you on what I did after the fact. And this is the other one we made today. I love how it turned out. Our little key is floating over here. I just think they're so pretty. And then this is the one I had made with this tag. And you see the difference in the sizes on them. You can change the sizes depending on what you need. So, and what cardboard you have on hand or whatever you're using. Here's the one with the blue and the little dog. And this one had this envelope to go with it. And there's that one. So, very, very sweet and super easy. Just really cute with these 2 kits by Odulcina. So I had a lot of fun creating these, and I can see me making more stuff with these kits because I just love them. Check out Anne from Odulcina on her videos because she does a lot of really pretty stuff in her videos. And so check her out, check out her digitals, her shop in Etsy, and I'll link it all below. And then check out the video of Creative Girl Vintage, and I'll link it below of how she made these. So just put your style on it and just enjoy getting to make these. But I think they would make really cute gifts for Mother's Day, or just as a little gift to let someone know you were thinking about them. Put it in an envelope and send it in the mail. Sign the back. Be sweet. So I'll just thank y'all for being here with me today. Thanks for your support, and I'm glad we got to spend some time together. And I'll be back soon with more ideas and more projects. So I look forward to seeing you then. Y'all have a wonderful day and a great week. God bless. Bye.